Right. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to our December 17th OSTCP bi-monthly check-in. Looks like we have everybody represented today, but just for attendance purposes, if you don't mind just putting your name and site into the chat, I think that would be a really good thing here. So right out of the gate, wanted to just kind of kick off, get some feedback, thoughts, input regarding professional development. So at the end of the month, November 30th, in fact, I think is when we had that training with the Department of Labor. I just wanted to double check to see if anybody had any questions, if you found it valuable, if you're planning on taking next steps. And again, so for those of you who maybe weren't on the call, Dalton shared that he's got a bit of a sore throat today too. So if you want to use the chat feature for this, you're more than welcome to. But also, please feel free to unmute and just talk me through how you felt that went, if it was valuable, and if you're planning on taking any next steps with it. And I'll pause for that reaction. Okay. So if you have not seen it already, I have, okay, so Dalton says they're in contact with them, reading through the standards that they sent. That's great. Glad that that's being useful to you. I do want to let you know that we did put all of that information, of course, including the recording, onto the website. So let me go ahead and grab that link just so that you guys can, you'll know exactly where it is. We also have several of the downloaded documents that Greer shared with us. So, sorry, navigating tabs here. Let me grab this and put it in the chat for you. So if at any time you need any of those documents or downloads, you want to review that recording again, feel free to access that link from what I just popped into the chat. Also, if you're having trouble with anything, you can always reach out to me and I'll help you with the logistical aspect. So the next three items on the agenda under professional development were things that Vic sent. So Vic, do you want to maybe do a little explaining or summarizing of this for us?
Sure, just give me a second because I want to go to the agenda here where it's the text is just a little bit bigger.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can make it bigger here too.
Okay, I had a nice meeting with Dennis Harden from the Bureau of CTE at the department, and I gave him a little update of what we've been doing, and we talked about professional development, and you know, his bureau is happy to provide additional guidance and professional development as we need it moving forward. And I would like you know, Dennis to be included in these meetings just in case they want to, you know, be more involved. You know, we can certainly include them with inviting them to these things. And we've got some department standards that I thought were really nice in terms of guides for things that we can do. You know, the middle school standards was the one that's came across my email. It's brand new and it's very well organized about activities. And next year, as you guys start to do those field trips for the middle school, you can take a look at some of these things. And also, I've included all the department standards on there, and they're arranged into 5 areas of study: agriculture, food and natural resources. Number 2, applied science and technology, engineering and manufacturing. 3, family and consumer science. 4, business, finance, marketing and management. And then 5, health science. So, I mean, there's a wealth of opportunities that we can provide for students with this. And so I would make sure you keep a copy of it and review it as you go forward, and maybe review it with your staff, those who are actually working with kids, because I think they would appreciate these resources.
Okay.
Any questions?
Just a quick comment. I will download these PDFs and include them with the meeting notes so that everybody has an electronic copy. We'll also make sure that these get put onto the website as resources with the recording of this meeting as well.
Wonderful.
So, questions for Vic?
Okay, so we're going to have a nice holiday break. And then when we come back, our next meeting should be February. And keep in mind that the feds are going to want some updates about, how many people you have enrolled in your program and some of the activities you're doing, kind of like we did before. And that also should be when you're, well, March will be when you're starting to put the claims into CASA. So,
Yeah.
but I
Okay.
think we're getting used to a routine with this program.
Yeah, absolutely. So one more thing before we get off of this kind of line item of professional development is, again, if you think about kind of that quarterly offering, we would be looking to do something sometime within the months of January, February, or March for a professional development offering. And the Iowa After School Alliance role within this grant is to help to coordinate that, but it's always good to hear from people interest areas, concepts that you would like to have explored. Again, thanks to Delisa for making the connection for us with Greer at the Department of Labor. But if you have ideas about what our next professional development offering should be, I would love to hear those. You can speak up now, or you can always shoot me an email, drop something into the chat, whatever you prefer. Does anybody have immediate ideas for our third quarter professional development offering?
You may not have an answer today for this, but you can certainly shoot us an email. We really want to have these professional developments be meaningful and be the things that you need in your program, because there's just so many things. If you look at those 5 programs of study, and we want to focus in on what you're really working with, so that it's more effective.
Okay. So again, nobody on this call is shy. So just again, reach out when you have some ideas and we'll move forward with getting those in place. Vic, do you have any updates for financials? I know you just said CASA in March.
Yeah, and keep in mind, I had applied for carryover, so we will begin our year 2 in January, because this grant starts in January, and so that means I'll be getting the contracts out probably in sometime in March.
Okay, great. I'll just make a note of that here. Okay, so for reporting, just a friendly verbal reminder at this point that your quarterly report is due January 15th. We're going to use that template that we've been using all along. When we get back from the holidays, I actually have a scheduled task reminder for myself just to shoot everybody a quick email reminder that, again, your report will be due the 15th. But I don't think anybody probably, we've done it twice now and everybody seems to kind of have the hang of it. But as always, if you have questions, reach out. We'll be able to work through those. So Vic, is there anything immediately from the feds that we need to address today?
Well, Crystal, January 15th is a Saturday.
Yeah, I know, but it's okay. When it falls on a Saturday, it's always the following Monday. It's not a big deal. We just have to set the calendar. So, and everybody's always early anyway. So, which I completely appreciate. So,
All right. Well, I was just thinking we could give them a few extra days and make it due like the 19th.
yeah, if people need an extension, let me know. I don't know how long I honestly don't know how much time it takes you to complete that quarterly report, but if you're up against a time crunch, just reach out to me. I think you guys know that we're pretty flexible over here, so I think that'll be good. So again, Vic, anything from the feds then?
Well, I will, in February, I will get an update with our new amount and how much the carryover they approved and everything. So that's why it'll be the following month that I can work on contracts. So other than that, they've been pretty pleased. Keep in mind there was 4 states that got this grant and we were the only ones to get contracts going and get kids involved, but they, on their end, they needed to send information up the chain. And so we were the only ones, and man, they were kind of driving me crazy with all the extra emails and contacts. And
Yeah,
I'm hoping for a little better year in 2022 where they've got the other states that they can get information from, as well as Iowa.
yeah, good point. Okay, all right, so now turning it over to you on the call. Is there anything happening, any cool stuff, any challenges that you want to talk through today? Can we maybe just have each site give a quick report out on kind of where you're at with your program? Delisa, I just saw you unmute. Does that mean you want to go first?
Yep, sure. I'll do that. I was like, I'm getting ready. So we have currently 28 individuals that we have impacted either with job shadows, interns, or registered apprenticeships. Now, really, we didn't start recruiting students until August. So that's just where we've kind of started from. We'll get a new wave of students in January because that's our new semester. So kids will be switching classes or starting pathways or whatever. So we'll get a new wave of kids there. We do have a plan with a couple welding companies in town. We're going to start our onboarding welding apprentice starting in March. So we'll have those going on. We have 3 companies that we're working with right now. And so they'll start in part-time, and then when the summer hits, they'll go full-time in that apprenticeship. Other than that, I'm working on diesel and maintenance standards with the Department of Labor. So that's something we're going to be adding.
Okay, great. That sounds awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, how about Ariel? Do you mind going next?
Yeah, no problem. So in January, we're really hoping to get some more staff so we can open up our doors to serve more kids. Because right now I'm still kind of working with that same 20 kids. We're going to work on an entrepreneurship program and partner with Raygun. The kids are going to learn how to use the Cricut, Glowforge, and 3D printer. And we're going to make a Boys and Girls Club Etsy shop. So we'll walk them through the stages of opening a business, and they'll each have their own roles in the business. I'm really excited to see how that goes. And I'm hoping going from there, we can get them into jobs for Gap and small businesses like that.
Cool. Yeah, very good. Thanks, Ariel. I appreciate that. Dalton, I was hoping this was enough time for you to either type or drink something that you can do a quick share out.
Okay, so our semester ends here January 14th. So far this year, I've had 35 job shadows for one of my classes. I have 5 kids in jobs right now. And then we're just working on the welding. I got 8 students taking a certificate class right now. And hopefully we can build off that certificate and getting them into an apprenticeship with a welding place here in town.
That's great.
So that's
Great.
what we're working on.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Want to call attention to a link that Vic just dropped into the chat regarding truck driving school, real demand area. Future Ready Iowa actually identifies transportation services, including truck drivers, in their top, I think it's in their top 5. So if that's interesting to anybody, you know, grab that link. And if I think that link was through DMAC, if I saw correctly.
Yeah, that's a school over there, but a lot of local companies are paying sign-on bonuses. There was one here in town where they paid a $3,000 sign-on bonus, and it was only local driving. You didn't have to go, you know, across the different states.
Mhm.
So, I mean, tremendous opportunity for kids, and, you know, it's a good way for them to make some money, and without a lot of, you know, how long does it take to get a commercial license? Not that long.
Yeah, I don't know. I also don't know if there might be some age restrictions for CDLs or not, but regardless, it it might be. Delisa's shaking her head. Yeah, age restrictions. Is it 18? I thought so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to be 18.
Yeah.
Like there are some restrictions in Iowa that even Chapter 92 can't get around. It's just,
Mm,
they can't.
okay.
Well, there's some high school kids that are 18, so.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And it's always good,
Absolutely.
again, if maybe you have a 16-year-old who's interested in it, you can start the introduction now, right? So, okay. Does anybody else have anything that you want to share today?
Oh, just the power of social media today. I just got our attendance or whatever, and we have 84 kids gone. at
Yeah.
home.
I had, prior to us starting this call today, I had said to Vic, I don't know how many directors we'll actually have on our directors call today at 11, because I received several emails saying, hey, I'm dealing with this thing, this darn social media thing, you know, there it goes. But I was in the community where I live, Victor. I was in town last night, and I heard several parents say that they were keeping their kids home from school as well. My daughter's 17. I gave her the choice, and she says, it's fine, I'm going to school. So yeah, it is crazy how this kind of escalated that quickly. But
Mhm. Well, that's a whole class for our school.
yeah,
So I mean, we're missing a fourth of our school already.
yeah, that would be like 2, almost 3 at HLB. So we're pretty small school district. But so yes, power of social media, as you said, Dalton. But all right, so okay, folks, with that being said, our next bi-monthly check-in will be Friday, February 18th. Again, I'll send out the agenda ahead of time. In the meantime, if you ever come across anything that you think would be a good addition to the agenda, please send it my way. We'll go ahead and get that on, and we'll get things discussed. So your kind of homework or your marching orders to think about here is thinking about what you would like to see for professional development in this next quarter. And then after you get back from the holidays, then you'll need to start thinking about that quarterly report. So, but I want to thank everybody for your time. I wish you all a great holiday break. I hope that when you are traveling or walking across the street or up or down or whatever, that you do so safely. Hope everybody gets that rest and rejuvenation, and then we can start 2022 with a bang. So,
Yep,
all
I
right.
just want to thank
Holidays.
everybody for doing
Merry
a wonderful
Christmas,
job.
everyone.
Sorry, we had so many people talking at the same time there. I don't know what happened. So,
Hey, I just
Right.
wanted to thank everyone for doing a wonderful job this year, despite all the challenges, and also to wish you the best and wonderful Christmas and New Year's, and an even better 2022.
thank you. All right. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to stop the recording, and we'll get this posted later today or first thing Monday, okay? All right, bye-bye.